What's up, guys? Is this the third day in a row? Or fourth? Can't remember. But I'm going to do a quickie. Yes. Probably just a 30-minute stream. I got some food tending to do. So let's see if you guys are jumping on board. We're going to talk about some time under tension. I think this is too high. Alright, let's do this. Yeah. Primera? Maybe, maybe not. Namaste. What's up? Hello. Judith, that's a thutha, from Florida. Hey, MKKG. What's up, Destiny? So I'm going to go right into it so people don't have a freak out that I'm saying hello to people coming into the chat, because replay people cannot see you guys, but I can see the hellos. Hi, Phil. So I thought I'd go very briefly over the best type of exercise for people who start the ketogenic diet, and then take your questions. Hello, Stephanie, mother and daughter duo here. Oh, awesome. Following your protocol last month. It's been incredible discovering you. Thank you so much. Is it? There's Foray. Thank you. What's up, Elisa and Linda? Oh, New Zealand. Guess what? I'm coming to New Zealand in December. I'm actually thinking about doing a small little seminar there, but I'm not sure yet. It's on my mind. Okay, so we got 35 people in the house. Now, I want to talk about exercise for a second, because a lot of you guys do not understand how you must start exercising on a ketogenic diet. And that is by ramping it down before you ramp it back up. So, when you try, let's put this around my neck because it's just jiggling. When you guys try to drive ketogenesis and you've got fracked up adrenals, your sleep sucks, you gas out in the context of like having hypoglycemia, you get a little tired in the afternoon, or you wired at night, or you get tired post breakfast. People got Hashimoto's, hyperthyroid, hypothyroid, like I said, insomnia, people who are obese, type 2 diabetic, high blood pressure, fibromyalgia, PCOS. Y'all listen to me. Oh, gut dysbiosis hardcore, eczema, shingles. Oh, did I leave any out? I might have left some out. You know, all the autoimmunity, like, you know, multiple sclerosis, cancer, lupus, whatever. Here we go. Y'all people need to take it slow. And the reason why that is that if you start off like, but I love my Zumba class, but I love my jiu-jitsu at night, but I love my running. A lot of you guys, I love my lap swimming. And I'm like, you guys, I love my aerobics class or my spin class. That's the worst. I love my HIIT training. You guys, I'm sorry, though that type of and the time that you exercise is important. That modality of exercise is what's making you have more metabolic damage. You have to kind of deconstruct everything. Like, you got to take each brick all the way down and then start rebuilding, so you know what's going on. And until you deconstruct, you're not going to adapt. It's just not going to happen. It's not. Don't listen to what they say out there. It's not going to happen. All right. So how you exercise and the timing of your exercise and the meals around your exercise. Let's go into that real quick. Then I'm going to take your questions and bounce. So you guys know I talk about time under tension. Now that's going slow on in the negative position. This is positive. This is negative. This is a bicep curl. So anytime you are going down to the negative position, right, down to baseline, starting point here, bring it up here, bring it down there, that's negative. Same thing with the shoulder press, that's negative. Anything to do with contracting the muscle and then releasing it, that's the negative. So, well, that's with lifting, that's not with running. What's up, Deborah? Also, Deborah, I'm just doing a real quickie today, so, but I'm glad that I have you here in the house to make sure that no weirdo-ness goes on. Now, so I've done this before. I haven't, probably another live stream, another video. Good 30 minutes walk, 3 days lifting is all I do. Now, Melissa, you can lift more than 3 days a week. right? I lift 6, but you don't have to lift. I do it for my soul and all of that stuff. And I don't lift heavy anymore. Those days are gone. Gone are the days of lifting heavy. And I don't think I ever lifted really heavy, but now I really take it easy. So if I'm doing a shoulder press, for example, so I'm just using bands. These bands are so easy. I travel with them, so there's no excuse why you can't exercise while you are traveling anywhere. Hotel, cruise, Mexico, Europe, around the world, doesn't matter. Jungles of Cambodia, I brought these. So, for example, here's a positive motion, and here's a negative. So I'm going about 3 seconds on my negative. So I'm going to explode up, not like that, but explode up in about a 1 to 2 seconds, probably a 1 second, and then bring it down on a 3 second negative. Now, some people like Doug McGuff can go from 10 to 15 seconds or even 20. I don't do that. I do 3 seconds just to slow people's pace down. A lot of people think that we're going to pump and pump and pump. No, people, you don't pump and pump and pump. I was listening to somebody say, I don't know, on some YouTube, blah, 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 if you're not sweating and dying and huffing and puffing, then you're not working out and you're not getting the gains. I was like, wow, that person's real naive. Sorry, reality check. People have damage. When you push people, when they're damaged, they make more damage. So that's why time under tension is such a great method of weightlifting, because you can use, I can do the same thing with dumbbell, right? Come up, slowly down, right? Same thing, shoulder press, up, slowly down. Doesn't matter if it's a band or a dumbbell. Anyway, the point is that the reason why it's so effective is because the longer that your muscles remain contracted, the longer that your muscles remain contracted in the negative position, the more of the sliding filaments get to grind against each other and create a blistering effect, which is your muscle fiber expanding and growing. That's what we want. We want nice sliding filaments. Actin and myosin, we want them to do the job. And if you just do this, you're just using levers, right? You're using your joints. You're not using the muscles. So many people are like, and pump, and pump. No, because you're not using the muscle then. You're not. Think about when you run, right? You pat the ground. Think about when you lunge, which I can't do because you guys know I've had 10 surgeries on my left knee. But when you lunge, you are going deep into that lunge, which I don't really like lunges for people with screwed up knees. So people with screwed up knees, forget lunges. All right. Again, time under tension is the best way, because you don't stress your adrenals out. I can still breathe on the negative. My breathing is wrong. Here we go. Breathe out on the positive. Breathe in on the negative. I can't see your comments yet. Blow out on the positive. And this is a very great method of getting the filaments, the actin and myosin to grind, to build muscle. Without fracking up we're not going, we're not doing that, because y'all people got all those issues, can't do that type of exercise, and it's just better to focus on your breathing and your mother sucking posture and get nice grinding effect without having to lift heavy. All right, done with that. I'm going to take your guys' cues, and I'm out. So I'm going to lift this up a little bit. I'm going to go check to see what you guys were saying. We got 67 people in the house and only 17 likes. Can we get up the likes? Okay, how do you know once your how do you know if your how do you know if your metabolic damage is healed so that we can work out in ways, ? Is this when your blood sugar doesn't spike after a workout, or is there more to it? So some of the Brooklyn. So it's kind of easy to understand. I wish I was not getting Facebook notifications on my phone. Stop. It's messing up my screen. Because when you have metabolic damage, for example, you can't sleep. When you have metabolic damage, for example, you're tired all the time, adrenal insufficiency. So those things will clear up. You'll hit nice, deep sleep. So if you're not hitting deep sleep, I don't care if you think you're asleep, you must hit deep sleep and REM sleep and have nice 3, 4, 5 cycles of mother sucking deep sleep, REM sleep. Once you do that, and once you can eat a meal and you don't get sleepy or you don't become tired throughout the day and you feel strong, right? You'll know. Now, you can go and test most people who are metabolically becoming more stable or strong will test their blood sugar 20 to 30 minutes post-workout, and it'll be a drop where it'll be either matching their fasted if you have good fasted numbers in the morning, or you'll notice if you were to, let's say, test post-breakfast and you did your workout at like lunchtime, for example, and then you notice a drop in blood sugar, like lower than breakfast or lunch, post-breakfast, or if you're between 69 and 80 and you work out, and let's say it was 82 pre-workout and it drops to 77 and you have the ketogenic energy or the step energy, then you know. So it's not that hard to understand, or to understand. Okay, MKKG says, how many reps and sets shall I do for whole body time under tension? So here's the thing, it depends on how heavy the weight is. I can't give you reps and sets. I don't know your strength level, none of that. But I can say for time under tension, I don't like for people to go under 9 reps. So typically and classically, when you're not lifting that heavy, it's between a 12 to 15 rep. That's light, right? Because if you lift heavy, people will have like a 6 rep max, and that's 2 little reps means 2 high weight. That means lower the weight and up the reps, but don't go under 9, and that's what I can say, not knowing you. Hypothyroidism, biking, and walking good. Biking is not good unless you're doing like a grandma bike, like I do, because my knee's busted. So I cruise. I ride my bike all over LA, yes, and I have not died yet from a car accident, but I cruise. Super cruise. Okay, what about doing compound exercises? You can do compound exercises, but people tend to lift heavy on compound exercises, and for newbies, you can't lift heavy. So just use that time under tension methodology and lower the weight. Let me see here. What are some of the older questions? Okay. Hey, Stephanie from Glasgow. What's up, David? I'm just going back to some of the old stuff. Okay, you guys were just saying hello. And I need to remember to drink water. Water! As the Swedish say, vatten. Agua. You guys are quiet. Okay, here we go. John Terry says, like this video, Steph is the best. Thank you so much, John Terry. Thank you. Yeah, don't forget to like up the stream, you guys. Unfortunately, a lot of us YouTubers have to remind people to like the stream, and how you like it is if there's an X on the stream, you want to exit out of the stream, you'll see the like button, like it, and then reopen the chat, and it's all good. What's your opinion on fasted cardio? It's garbage. Fasted cardio. You guys have to realize, you cannot predict our body in numbers, okay? If you do fasted cardio and you're not adapted, where's your body going to get its energy from? You think it's going to take and break down the fat and use it as what? It doesn't know how to use ketones. It's going to burn muscle, because muscle is so easily converted back into glucose. Easily. Okay? Easily. Unless you're Michael Phelps and you can take triglycerides and bring them back into glucose. The swimmer, Michael Phelps, no. Fasted cardio, and it's like, people don't understand the physiology of fasted cardio, how easy it is to access amino acids anywhere in the body. Bone marrow, under the neck, where people have that turkey gobbler, the flabby triceps, your skin, collagen that we so badly don't want to lose so we don't sag everywhere. don't do fasted cardio. You're not going to sit and burn fat and keep the muscle. That makes no sense to the primal body. Like, why would the body do that? Muscle is expensive if you haven't eaten anything and you're not in ketosis and you're doing a bunch of cardio. The body's like, I'm sorry, I don't have enough gasoline in the tank to drive this Bugatti. So we're just going to go and take some of your muscle protein anywhere in your body. That's why some guys, I shite you not. Look at some guys. They're super big up top and they're tiny in the legs. Tiny little legs. Little adrenal cortisol legs. Little gluconeogenic legs. Yes, honey. That's genetics. No, it's not genetics. Because when you don't sleep well and you don't eat right, men take from your legs, make them little knobby sticks. And women, we the opposite. We get little bird arms, right? Pterodactyl arms and all skinny up top. And we got big old thunder thighs. Yep. Super estrogen dominant from going and doing fasted cardio. And then your butt gets flabby. So do not do that, people. I know our hunter-gatherers fasted, but they rested. They didn't go get on a treadmill. Because I promise you, if they saw us cuckoos, like trying to look so aesthetic, and then they saw us nutcases go and doing fasted cardio, and we are already having crepey skin and adrenal insufficiency, we can't sleep, we fatigued, and then we're doing fasted cardio, and we're getting flabby, they would be laughing. They'd be like, is that what's going to happen in the future times? Okay, I'm good. We'll just keep it right here. Okay. I'll be chilling right here, starving, but resting and communalizing with my tribe and having love and sense of family and a sense of purpose. Because us weirdos tend to not have a sense of purpose. No, collagen supplements aren't the cure-all. They might help 1%. You know? If you have issues eating protein, for example, you might get some protein from collagen. It might help skin, nail, teeth. It might help your intestine, your small intestine a little bit. But I haven't seen any massive results. And I've been waiting. Been having people, y'all know I was doing collagen videos a long time ago. Was that like 5-6 years ago? Haven't seen the results of it as of yet. But the chicken feet and the oxtail, boom. That's straight up Mother Nature. It's the best. Okay, let's see. What should we eat before working out if we don't have a lot of time? So evolution for 4100. What time do you work out? Because timing of workout is critical to timing of food. So I can't answer that question until I know the time you get up and work out. And then you work out some part of the day. Okay, should you go on Joe Rogan's podcast and talk about keto the right way? I mean, people have been saying that I should go on Joe Rogan for like 5, 6 years now. I mean, Stephanie got a little channel. She got a little bitty channel. And people don't like me being so strict. So I'm not as popular for that reason. And he hasn't had any YouTubers on his podcast as of yet, and I don't know if he ever will. But he needs to have a sassy black girl because there's not enough black girls on that thing. So, and I used to be like the very first African-American pro-female skater. So maybe with those types of attributes, I will be more appealing. But y'all go and blast him. Send him some, I know he's on Twitter or Instagram or something and be like, yo, or go to his channel like, you need to put stuff on. But will he? Probably not. Probably not. So, let's see here. Where's the love? Don't forget to like up the stream, you guys. There's 38 people and 69, there's 38 likes and 69 people. So, like up the stream. It'll help bring people to my channel, grow it, and maybe one day I'll be on Joe Rogan talking about, those people and their cheese and their nuts and their what people do all the time to make themselves look good on keto. This girl's all natural at 51. And you know what, Joe? We're just 1 month apart. Joe's 51, I'm 51. His birthday's this date, my birthday's this date. So he should want somebody my age. He's always saying he doesn't like to do comedy for people who are younger because they don't get the jokes. They haven't lived or something. Okay. Oh, Oh, Lord have mercy, child. She just did it up. Is it Galila? Jalila? Dimitros? You must be Greek. Thank you so much for donating to Super Chat. Like, she just straight up and gave me a 50. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Let me see. Is stevia still okay? Yes. And what's the best workout for abs? Talking about your bestseller book. Yeah, oh, that's true. Maybe when my book, you're right, I forgot. When my book comes out, maybe that'll do it. But you know what sucks? I gotta, Jalila? Is that her name? Jalila? First I want to mention that, with her question, yes, stevia is okay as long as there's no maltodextrin or any sugar alcohols. The purest form of stevia. I like to mix it with Himalayan salt because it'll take down the bitterness of the stevia taste. I always mix salt and stevia. You never just do stevia. It's just got this, ooh, it's kind of, best workout for abs. I really think the most important thing that you guys need to understand is to have a straight, like, top of the head, ear, chin, cheek, chin, shoulder, hip line. It's called your plumb line. And y'all have pronated shoulders and tilted or pronated your pelvic girdle. And then when you crunch, you can't get a good ab crunch because you haven't straightened up your upper trunk. So some people are against ab exercises because if you're active and moving and grooving, you're using your core. Like, I'll do handstands, I use my core. If I do push-ups, I use my core. If I use pull-ups, I use my core. So in some aspects, people say that because you're not in a straight plumb line when you actually do the crunches, that it's not good for to do crunches. But I do anyway. You see people doing a lot of leg lifts. The problem with that is people start using too much of the hip flexors, and then that stiffens up, and then that pulls their body in weird ways. A lot of people, men who are too chest heavy, tend to be like this, or women who are too boob heavy. And so if you're going to do lower abs, you guys, you always use your legs. Leg lifts, leg lifts, leg lifts. If you're lying on the floor and you lift your legs, anytime you lift your legs, if you're on a dip machine and you're lifting your legs up, you're going to use lower abs. If you're using the upper trunk and you guys, you don't do this. You move, okay? Yeah, move. So you keep your spine straight as you're doing the upper trunk. A lot of people like to do cable crunches on their knees. I can't do that because it makes my knee hurt. So I put it behind my head and I crunch. I put it on my head like this, right? And I crunch. This is what I do. I crunch, but I try to keep everything straight so I'm not using my chin, you see? Keeping the head straight and using the abdominal muscles. So I hope that answers the question. Okay, she gave me 50. Okay, let me see. Live on Friday, dedication. I'm impressed. Thank you, Angie. Gulilu. Is that right? Julilu? Is it a Julilu or Gulilu? I think it's Gulilu. I hope. With a G. Oh, okay, Gulilu. Thanks for the great info stuff. Steph, love you. Thank you so much, Gulilu. I say it right. Okay. What should we eat in the morning before working out when short time? What time do you wake up, darling? I asked you that. You didn't tell me what time you wake up and what time you want to work out. And I need to know those details. Muscles, yes. Muscles. Okay, I have adrenal issues and hypothyroid. How can I get fat adapted in a healthy way? I really want to heal my body. I'm 21. Okay, so yesterday, girl, just let me botch your name. No, not really. But thank you for donating to the Super Chat. Yesterday I talked about how to start the keto diet. So, you know, when people want me to explain how to like do a whole thing, I was like, okay, but I'm going to get off in like 3 minutes, so I can't. So I would say to go back to the older videos, and when I go live and I have more time, because I don't like to go live It's 5 now. I like to do it like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, Pacific Standard Time, and I'm already late. So that's why I'm like jumping in and out. And that sucks that you have adrenal issues. But you know what? This is you guys, look, all the people, the newbies that come and watch me, people are telling me I've got hypothyroidism, and blah, 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 and I'm 21. I've got estrogen dominance. My period is like weird. I've got this. I've got that. I've got blah, 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 blah. So it's very important. Everything that you do, every single thing that you do in a day matters. And yes, it's that picky. How you stand, how you breathe, how you think, how you deal with your adrenal stress, how you don't exercise, how you sit on a computer. All of that matters, and you guys just do your day over and over and over again. The body just wears down. Okay, what do you think about using snake juice? I don't even know what that crap is. I don't know. No shakes, no juice. So without knowing, just no juice. I only allow a shake for those who literally are like, I'm an ER doctor. So I'm like, you can do like a broth with fat in it. If you have a problem with glutamate, you can do a meat broth. Otherwise, you can do bone broth. Or you can do a shake with egg pastured, wash the shell, pastured egg yolks with some other mixings. And then you can drink it. I hate to do this, but spinach, avocado, water, spice it, and then drink that. But otherwise, no snake shake. Okay, so hey Steph, I'm truly committed to upholding your knowledge and understanding of ketosis, and someone who has been battling candida since I was a preteen. Yikes. Is erythritol child? No, erythritol is candida explosion. Boom! Right? Erythritol, xylitol, maltitol. It makes candida grow. Hardcore. Good night. Bye-bye. Stevia does not. If it doesn't have that stuff mixed in with it. Okay, what's going on? I've had almost 300 glucose numbers when I have a tiny cheat of watermelon. But my A1C is perfect, 5.6. 5.6 is not perfect for keto people. I'm sorry, that's too high. So that's wrong. 5.6 is like 100 milligrams per deciliter. Doctor says I don't have diabetes. You're confused. Angie, your body's trying to switch over, right? So now it's over. And did you ever test your blood sugar and A1C pre-keto? Answer that question and I can get back with a better answer. But I'm running out of time. So Angie, what were your numbers before? Do you know them? I would love to know them when you were eating carbohydrates. Because either they were lower, but most likely they were higher. And did you have what did you say your glucose was? Glucose was 300. That shows your insulin's not working very well. Go check your insulin numbers. And yeah, sometimes people don't do well. Like you guys, a real watermelon is that big. We have Frankenstein that thing to this big. Lots of fructose. So your body might have been dealing with that fructose and being able to manage that like Frankenstein ridiculousness of fructose via the liver, and then you cut it out and then you try to reintroduce it and the body's like, I can't, I'm done, I'm good. It's like lactose. Oh, I used to drink milk all the time and I was like gassy and farty, but I could still live with it. Then I quit milk for a month. This is when I was younger. And then I drank milk again. I was like, I'm gonna go to the hospital. Because the body's like, oh, that toxin is gone now, so I can relax. And when you reintroduce it, it doesn't know what to do. So that's my little very layman's theory. I've never tested it until you said needed to. Exactly, Angie. So we have no objective comparison. So that 300 glucose blood sugar means nothing if you didn't test before. We can't say that was because of keto. And this is the problem with the studies of ketogenic diet. If you do not start testing people before and know accurate numbers before or symptoms before, nobody looks at their poop. Nobody ever pays attention to their energy levels unless it's so obvious that when I start asking people these questions, they're like, I don't know. And then I'm going to put people in a controlled group and think I'm going to get objective numbers. That's ridiculous. Nope. That's why I don't like studies. Okay. Not all studies, most studies. How soon can I work out after night shift? I get up around, wait. How soon can I work out? Eating breakfast until morning. I work a night shift and get up around 7 a.m. How do you work a night shift and get up at 7? I don't understand. What time do you go to work? If you don't have to work until later, I would work out sometime mid-morning and before 2 o'clock. And I don't know your schedule. You know, for those who have like, I work at 6, I wake up at 4:30 or 5, I work out in the middle, I go get up, have an egg yolk. If you don't have if you can't, if you're sensitive to a yolk, then you can do any type of fatty meat, like an ounce and a half of a fatty meat. If it's ground beef, which I like ground beef because it's already ground down, it's easier to chew, like a pureed meat. I know, but like 1 ounce with about 3 tablespoons of fat, like in a tea or a broth. Sip on it. Go to the gym. No, two pre-workout, and have like enough protein. So there's 2 grams of protein in a yolk. Get that in because it's fatty protein, which stabilizes your blood sugar. Put a little bit in the tank, but don't overwhelm the digestive tract as you work out. And then directly post-workout, eat. And a lot of fat. 60 grams, 70. Well, added fat could be like 45, but with the meat and everything, it can add up to about 50 or 60 or 70. Let me see. You mentioned estrogen dominance. If your cycle were 28 days before keto, no birth control, and now they're 40. So here's exactly what I'm saying. Now her cycle is 40 days long, but it was past 4 months on keto. Is this a sign of estrogen dominance? Okay, so Kennedy, this is a sign of adrenal issues. It's called pregnenolone steal. Sounds like your cortisol's way jacked up on keto. Most likely you're not adapting, and when the body doesn't have enough carbohydrates or enough ketones, the cycle just screws up through cortisol. You must get sleep. You must have the right macros. You must breathe. You must do a lot of things. It's not estrogen dominance didn't do this. Cortisol did this through stress of not adapting. Let me see. I'm going to take one more question and then I'm out. Can we get the likes up, guys, for those who just joined the stream? Yes, honey. We need to get the likes up so this poor little channel can grow. Because people have a hard time finding Stephanie. I presume if I did just a bunch of bakery stuff in my kitchen, a bunch of food porn, a bunch of dirty keto, and worked out in a bikini at 51, 11 years on keto, I'd probably have a bigger channel. But for now, I've got to ask for the likes, and it's so lame that I do. Y'all should be just liking the channel because you're here watching, right? Okay. Okay, I'm doing keto and now I don't sleep as much. Why? Because you're not adapted. And when you're not adapted, cortisol rises through gluconeogenesis. And cortisol does what? It's a wake-up drug. It's a wake-up hormone. And when it inverts and it's too high at night, you don't sleep. A lot of people use carbohydrates to sleep, right? Because they fall asleep because they have low blood sugar. And then that doesn't happen on keto. So there are a few different reasons why people can't sleep. But you guys have a keto course page. You have more access to me there, and then I'm more easily able to answer these questions more in depth and not shotgun the answers as I'm trying to lead. Because people who rewatch this, they get so annoyed. You answer too many questions. Stick to just a couple. And I'm like, no, I'm trying to hit people's questions as best as I can. A good A1C on keto is under a 5. So 4.6, 4.7, that's good. That's like, bellissimo. Fantastic. Have raw unfiltered honey in, no. Honey is sugar, hun. Sorry, I don't call hun, that's condescending. Darling, honey is sugar. I don't care if it's raw. If I use raw honey, it's to like put it on my skin with perhaps maybe some turmeric or something, but no raw honey, sorry. Even though it's got these antimicrobial benefits, it's still sugar and it will skyrocket your blood sugar and block you out of ketosis. And then you see all these problems that people have: can't sleep, menstrual cycles going on forever, hair falling out. Yeah, Crepey skin is another thing that people have where it just sort of starts dripping and hanging and all this difficult stuff. Okay, guys, it is time to go. Thank you for joining today's broadcast. I am going to be loaded over the weekend doing a bunch of stuff, so I will try to live stream next week, but I'm going to start uploading some antiquated videos. Antiquated as in pre-recorded. Okay, can't stop glucose from spiking. I'll be at 75, and 2 hours later, 130. Eat 250 plus of fat, 50 grams of protein, and Mark, you're a dude. Your protein's kind of low. Mark, join the page or something. It's so easy. People's glucose spike for like 20 solid reasons. It's always one is sleep, especially having the early morning dawns effect. That's typical. Like if you're testing your fasted glucose, don't sleep, high blood sugar. You start off doing keto with hypoglycemia. You didn't know you had it. You have unstable insulin and glucagon don't work together. That's another reason why people have unstable blood sugar. Their macros are wrong. They work out wrong. They're eating foods that irritate their body and have a histamine response to the salicylates and oxalates and goitrogens and nightshades, and then that spikes your blood sugar. There's a lot of reasons why. Poor relationships, arguing, anxiety, leaky gut, eating a bunch of fat, and you've got a gallbladder issue, but you don't know it. Like, there's a million reasons why. So I would need to talk to you, narrow it down. There's a keto whomever saying you shouldn't drink a gallon of water because of loss of minerals and electrolytes. What's your opinion? Thank you so much. Peace and love. Thank you, D. Nell. Okay, so it's not just the problem. To subscribe to her Facebook page, go to her website, stephanieperson.com. Thank you so much, Deborah. Thank you for reminding people if they want to join the course page to go to stephanieperson.com. Now, the water thing is, there's many reasons why we shouldn't drink too much water. As I drink some water. Hold on. Nah. Problem is, our little tender cells, they can only hold so much water. And people who are like, I'm going to just drink more and more and more. That's not normal in nature. They didn't just sit at a river and just water all day long. There's a limit. Your body has a difficulty holding on in the cell an excess of water. So then it doesn't. The cells go, and then they're like, I can't hold on to it anymore. And then they become not as efficient as holding on to water. And then you dump water, right? So you're peeing and you're thirsty because you drink more water and you're more dehydrated. And yes, that's how you can lose electrolytes. Boop. So you can't say a gallon of water is a problem. I do have people drink under a gallon. So, 2.5 liters. But if I'm 5'3", if there's a dude who's 6'5" and he's playing ball, he gonna have to drink a gallon. And you don't drink a gallon at once. You have to drink it throughout the day, because of what you guys don't understand. When you drink too much water in one sitting, you're not hydrating the body. It must be throughout the day. You could drink a gallon of water in one spot and sit there and still be dehydrated, even if your cells function properly. It's crazy. Our bodies are complicated. Thank you, Dino. What are the best tests to get to see where my body is at? For keto people, I say insulin, the most important. Insulin, A1C, get a glucometer, test your ketones and glucose daily. Not the ketones, because they're too expensive. Weekly, monthly. You can get a reproductive hormonal panel, thyroid panels, full thyroid panel, but be very careful, because you could have perfect numbers and still super have Hashis or hypothyroidism or hyper. So those tests, you have to go by symptoms often. But yeah, insulin, like I said yesterday, and I said in yesterday's stream, you could do other things, like see what type of metabolites end up in your urine. Go to mymedlabs.com and do a comprehensive test of a bunch of different things. You can test for parasites and candida, but you can assume that we have it, But okay, guys, I'm going to go. I told myself I was only going to do a half an hour, and I've done 39 minutes. So kettlebells are fine. Not my favorite thing. I don't really like kettlebells, but it's just my personal thing. But they're fine. They're great. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, MKKG. Thanks. And thank you, where's her name? Don't botch it. Jalila. Jalila. Thank you so much for donating 50 to the super chat. As you guys know, you have now the ability to donate to the chat if you like what a live streamer is doing. And it is not my main income, but I'm always appreciative of everybody who donates, because these people are using their own hard-earned money, and you get a lot of people who just come and look. They don't like, they don't comment, and they don't have to donate. That's for darn sure. But when people do, you just feel like, thank you, appreciate it. So thank you, everyone. I'm about to bounce. I'll probably upload. I've been uploading some videos now because people get freaked out when I'm doing live streams, because they say it's too much information, too fast, and I need to start doing some preloaded videos where I can talk about one subject a little longer, like your menstrual cycle or the time under tension or whatever it is. I'll give more time without spazzing out when I start uploading some more preloaded. I haven't done that in months, but I think it's time to do it again. Even though I love the live streaming, but it's so time consuming. 5-minute video as opposed to 2-hour live stream. I'm just saying. And because I don't make my money from, it's not my main source of income, that means 2 hours of talking and I'm not making money. And then when I go offline, well, I do make a little bit of money. Thank you, Julila. Whatever. No, I say it wrong. When I go off, it's 6:30. I have no time in the evening. So it took me 5 days to get my calendar open for consultations. By the way, the calendar is now reopened. And it's every day is I'm trying to book a consultation, but there's nothing there. And I'm because I refuse to stay up late anymore. Once 9 something comes around, I pack it up and I go to bed, even if I'm not done with work. And I have a lot of work, trust. I like the short video topic specific. Yeah, I'll intertwine them. So I'm not going to dominate one or the other. You guys, I'm still writing the Ultimate Keto book. I've extended it because of all of the eczema thing. I just came back from the store and I ran into my neighbor and she had scabs all over. She looked like a junkie. And I said, eczema? She goes, how'd you know? I go, because it looks like eczema. She goes, nobody recognizes that's eczema. I'm like, I do. And she had hot hamburger buns and soda in her basket. I was like, girl, get rid of that. I said, I want you to do nothing from a plant. No sugar, no soda, no bread, no freaking broccoli, no anything that comes from a plant for 7 days. I just want you to eat fat. I told her what kind of fat, and meat. And let's see if your skin clears up. Anyway, I'm just digressing. Demetra says, thanks. What do you think of woodworm for parasites? And I've never tried it, so you get back at me and tell me. All right, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Don't forget to like up the stream before you go. It's hot. California. It's 8 degrees today in California. I am not kidding. It is hot, but I love California. I love it. I love it. Child, y'all know I lived in Sweden. I lived in Amsterdam, Sumatra area. I've traveled around the world and ain't no place like home. Just saying. All right, guys, have a fantastic day. Black walnut hull for worms, too. Get back at me. Let me know. You like Kelly, too. I mean, people are crazy here. Don't get me wrong. They cray. Now, I could live in suburbia where it's quiet, but I'll just take my shoebox apartment and stay right here. Newbie in the house, talk to me first. Work on keto, down 9 pounds. Well, let's make sure it's not water. And don't do keto for weight loss. Do keto to get metabolically strong. Okay, guys, I'm being silly. Bye. Thank you so much for today's freaking loveliness. Thank you guys for coming to my channel. Bye. And I'm out. Peace.